Have you ever just stepped out and thought, nah, nobody is noticing me, like you're just existing, walking peacefully, minding your business, trying to remember if you locked your door or not, and then, meanwhile, 3 people glance your way. Someone suddenly forgets their sentence midway like their brain just hit pause, and another person starts fixing their hair like they're about to appear on a magazine cover, and you're still there thinking, yeah, I'm invisible. Funny thing is, the most attractive people are often the last to realize it. Seriously, some people go through life thinking they're just normal, while unintentionally causing chaos in people's attention span everywhere they go, like they'll just walk past and people suddenly forget what they were doing. A conversation dies mid-sentence, a thought disappears, focus just resets, and they're completely unaware. They'll even point at themselves and say, "What? Me?" And meanwhile, everyone else is sitting there thinking, "Yes, you," and not even in a dramatic way, just quietly, naturally, like it's obvious, except to the one person it's about. Now today, we're talking about something interesting, 6 incredible signs that you are much more attractive than you think. And before your brain starts saying, "Okay, but this is probably not about me," relax, we're not doing that today. Because here's the truth, attractiveness is not always what you think it is. It's not just face, not just body, not just style, not just those people who take 47 selfies and still say, "Nah, this one is bad," while looking perfect in all of them. No. Real attraction is deeper, weirdly deeper, and sometimes way more subtle than people expect. In fact, according to ideas inspired by Carl Jung, people are often drawn to qualities we don't even consciously notice in ourselves. The energy you carry, the way you speak without trying too hard, the presence you have when you walk into a space without announcing yourself, even the small things, like your natural expressions, your pauses, your reactions, things you think are normal, are often the exact things other people find interesting. And that's where it gets funny, because the people who are the most noticed are usually the least aware of it. It's like life's little joke. Now here's what I want you to do while watching this. Keep score. Seriously, every sign you relate to, just count it. No overthinking, no analyzing your whole life story. No, maybe, but also maybe not. Just be honest. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, move on. Simple. And don't worry, this is a safe space. Nobody here is judging you. Well, maybe your cat. Cats judge everyone equally. That's just their personality. Now, before we jump into the first sign, I need you to stay with me till the end, because the last sign, that one changes how people see themselves completely. But let's not rush it. Let's start properly. Because sign number 1 is way more obvious than most people think, and still somehow completely misunderstood. Let's get into it. Sign 1. People keep looking at you now before you start thinking. Oh, great. They're staring because I have something on my face. Relax. We've all been there. You walk around for 2 hours before discovering a giant piece of food stuck in your teeth. Suddenly every look makes sense. But that's not what we're talking about. Have you ever noticed people looking at you, then quickly looking away, like they got caught doing something? You make eye contact and suddenly they're fascinated by a wall, a ceiling, a plant, their shoes. Anything except your face. That happens more than people realize. And here's what's funny. Many attractive people completely misread this. They think, that person looked at me weird. No. They looked at you because they noticed you, then got nervous when you noticed them noticing you. It's like a psychological traffic accident. Nobody wants to stare, but everybody keeps looking. I remember hearing about a guy who thought everyone disliked him. Everywhere he went, people kept glancing at him. At work, at the gym, at coffee shops. His conclusion: they must think I'm weird. Years later, his friends finally told him, "Dude, people look because you're good-looking." The man nearly fell off his chair. For years, he thought he was getting judged. Turns out, he was getting admired. And this happens all the time, because insecurity loves making up stories. Someone smiles, they're laughing at me. Someone looks, they're judging me. Someone notices you, they must need directions. No, sometimes people simply find you attractive, and attraction creates curiosity. People naturally look at things they enjoy seeing. Just don't become that person who catches someone looking and immediately starts posing. Nobody asked for a fashion show. Stay calm. Act natural. Attractive people who don't know they're attractive are actually some of the most charming people you'll ever meet, because they aren't trying so hard. And that's exactly why people keep noticing them. But sign number 2 is even more interesting, because this one has absolutely nothing to do with looks, yet it drives people crazy. And most attractive people never realize they're doing it. All right, let's keep this rolling. We already said people keep looking at you, and you're probably still thinking, nah, it's coincidence. Sure. Let's continue anyway. Sign 2. People get nervous around you for no reason. This one is funny because it's subtle. Have you ever talked to someone and suddenly they start acting like they're in a job interview, even though you're just asking, "How was your day?" They start fixing their posture, fixing their hair, overthinking every word, even saying things like, yeah, basically, yeah. Bro, it was just a normal question. Relax. Now here's the thing. When someone is attracted to you, even slightly their brain starts doing gymnastics. They want to impress you without realizing they're even trying, so they become a little awkward, a little stiff, sometimes even too polite. And you're standing there like, why is this person acting like I'm a CEO and they're presenting a business plan? It's not you being intimidating, it's you being interesting. And here's the funny part. The more calm you are, the more nervous they get. That's a sign. If people get slightly weirdly careful around you, yeah, you're probably more attractive than you think. Sign 3. People laugh too much around you. Now this one is dangerous, because you might think, I'm just funny. And maybe you are. But let's be honest, sometimes you say something that wasn't even that funny, and people are laughing like you just did stand-up comedy at Netflix. You say, I'm tired today. And they're like, ha ha ha, you're so funny. Excuse me? What was funny? Nothing? Okay, here's the truth. Attraction lowers resistance. People enjoy your presence more. So even small things feel more entertaining. Your energy becomes the joke, not even your words. There was a guy I knew in school, not the best-looking guy on paper, but every time he spoke to girls, they laughed like he was a whole TV show, even when he was serious, even when he was complaining about homework, and he used to say, I don't even know what I'm doing right. Exactly. That's the point. You're not doing anything special. People just enjoy you. Sign 4. People remember small details about you. This one surprises people. Have you ever met someone and weeks later they say, oh yeah, you like pineapple on pizza, right? And you're like, how do you remember that? It was one random sentence in a random conversation at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, but they remembered it. Why? Because people remember what they find emotionally interesting. When someone is attracted to you, even subtly, they store details about you without trying. Your favorite drink, your weird joke, the way you laugh, even the way you say certain words. Meanwhile, you can't even remember what you ate yesterday. That's okay. We forgive you. But if people remember tiny things about you, that means you're taking up space in their mind, And that is a quiet form of attraction most people never notice. Sign 5. People mirror you without realizing it. Now this one is pure psychology. You cross your arms, they cross their arms. You lean in, they lean in. You laugh softly, they laugh softly. It's like a hidden dance, but nobody planned it. It just happens. Why? Because humans mirror people they feel connected to or attracted to. It's subconscious. You're not teaching them. They're just copying you automatically. And the funniest part? If you suddenly change your energy, they change too, like a reflection. There was a moment I noticed this in real life. I was talking to someone who was super serious at first, very formal. Then I relaxed, started smiling more. Next thing I knew, they were relaxed too, even laughing. And I was like, so I control the vibe now. Interesting. Yes, to some extent, you do. Sign 6. You get unexplained energy changes in people. This one is the most subtle. Sometimes you walk into a room and the energy shifts. Not dramatically, not like a movie scene. Just small things. People sit up straighter. Voices change slightly. Attention spreads. Or someone who was distracted suddenly becomes alert. And you think, did I do something? No, you just arrived. That's it. Some people naturally carry presence. Not loud presence. Not dramatic presence. Just noticeable presence. Carl Jung would probably call this something close to psychological projection of interest. But let's keep it simple. People feel you before they even understand why. And that feeling is often attraction. Now let me say this clearly. Attractiveness is not just face, not just body, not just style. A lot of it is something you can't really take a picture of. It's energy, presence, that quiet confidence that doesn't need to announce itself like, hey everybody, I'm confident. No, relax. Real confidence doesn't shout. It just walks in and people feel it. And the funny part is this. The more someone tries to prove they are attractive, the more forced it feels. You know what I mean. The over-posing in pictures, the extra cool voice, the walking like there's background music playing everywhere they go, and somehow it just doesn't land. But when someone is just being themselves, relaxed, unaware, not trying too hard, that's when people notice. That's when people pay attention without even realizing they are doing it. Because real attraction has this strange thing about it. It doesn't chase attention, it attracts it. So if you related to even one of these signs, don't panic, don't overthink it, and please, don't wake up tomorrow acting like you're in a slow-motion music video with sunglasses indoors. Just stay natural, stay relaxed. Because sometimes the people who genuinely think they are nothing special are actually the ones everyone quietly notices the most. And here's something I want you to think about before you leave this video. How many times has someone looked at you, and you completely misunderstood why? How many times did you think it was nothing, when it actually meant something? Yeah. Sit with that for a second. Now I'm curious. Which sign hit you the most? Be honest. Don't come here acting humble like, oh, none of them. I know someone is lying in the comments right now. And before you go, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It helps more than you think. And if you're new here, don't just disappear like a mystery character in a movie. Tap subscribe. Because we break down psychology, attraction, confidence, and human behavior in a way that actually feels real, not robotic. And I promise you, if you stick around, the next video might make you see yourself completely differently again. All right. I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget, people notice more than you think.